Hello, 8th graders. We are doing Module 4 problem set for Lesson 12. And we are going to have to find coordinate pairs for linear equations and plot those points that we find. So our first problem is the linear equation x minus 3 over 2y equals negative 2. And they want to know, are we going to choose to fix the x or the y value? Are we picking our x's or our y's? And we would actually want to pick our y's because y has that coefficient. So if one of the variables has a coefficient, then it would make it easier to use that one to pick your variables. Are there any specific numbers that would make our computation work easier? And that would be yes. If we have a fraction, it's always easiest if we pick multiples of our denominator. We want to pick multiples of the denominator. What is our denominator? 2, right? Our denominator is 2. So for our y, we're picking y's. So we're going to pick our y's, and we want to pick multiples of 2. Multiples of 2 would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So here's our equation. We want to take and we want to place y with 2. So let's do that. X minus 3 over 2 times 2 equals negative 2. Now this is multiplication, right? So I put that over 1. And we get x minus 3 times 2 is 6. And 2 times 1 is 2 equals negative 2. I'm going to come actually down here. So we have x minus 6 over 2 would be 3 equals negative 2. We're going to add 3 to both sides. And x is going to give us 1. So our coordinate pair, x would be 1 and our y would be 2. Remember, they're always alphabetical, x, y. Let's go on to problem 4. When we choose y to be 4, we're going to have x minus 3 over 2 times 4 equals negative 2. Now we can make this 4 to be 4 over 1, right? So I'm going to come down here. X minus 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 1 is 2 equals negative 2. So x minus 12 over 2 is 6 equals negative 2. We add 6 to both sides. And x is going to be 4. So we're going to have 4, 4 for our coordinate pairs. Now we're going to do it when when y equals 6. So for y, we're going to put in 6. So we're going to have x minus 3 over 2 times 6. I'm going to make that 6 over 1, right? Equals negative 2. So let's come down here for this one. X minus 3 times 2 is 18. 3 times 6, is 18. 2 times 1 is 2 equals negative 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. X minus 9 equals negative 2. We add 9 to both sides. And we get x equals 7. So our coordinate pairs here would be 7, 6. Let's do this one where we're going to put 8 in for y. X minus, we're going to have 3 over 2 times 8 equals negative 2. So over here we're going to have x minus 3 times 8 is 24 2 times 1 is 2 equals negative 2. So we're going to have x minus 12 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12 equals negative 2. Add 12 to both sides. And x is going to equal 10. So these coordinate points are going to be 10, 8. And our last one, when y is 10, we're going to have x minus 3 over 2 times, make it 10 over 1, right? Equals negative 2. So let's go over here, down here. X minus 3 times 10 is 30 over 2 equals negative 2. 30 over 2 is 15, so x minus 15 equals negative 2. We're going to add 15 to both sides. And x is going to equal 13. So our coordinates here are going to be 13, 10. So we picked our y's. We plugged them into the formula to figure out what x would equal. And then we took those xy numbers for our coordinate points. Now we need to graph them. So the best way we're going to do it to graph it without graphing paper is go over to our Clever app. And in Clever, we're going to pick GeoGebra. And once we're in GeoGebra, we're going to go to Start Graphing. And I'm going to pick this thing with the circle and the triangle, which says Tools. And I want points. I'm going to plot some points. So our first point is going to be 1, 2. Starting at 0, we go over 1, up 2, and we're going to put a point there. Our next point is 4, 4. So we're going to start at 0, go over 4, up 4, and put a point there. And click on Move so I can kind of move this down like this. Go back to my points. Our next one is 7, 6. So I'm going to go over 7 and up to 6. 10, 8. Be right there. Let me move this some more. And our last one is 13, 10. And as you can see, these are basically forming a straight line. In fact, if I wanted to, you don't have to do this. But if you wanted to, we could do a line going from here to here. And we can see it creates a straight line because it is a linear equation. Okay, let's go on to number 2. Number 2, they don't give us the chart, so we're going to have to make it. So we have the equation 1/3 x plus y equals 12. So we're going to have our x's and our y's. We have 1/3 x plus y equals 12. Do we want to pick our x's or our y's? I would pick x's because that has a coefficient. So it's going to make it easier if we pick that our x's instead of our y's. And we want to actually pick multiples of 3 because 3 is our denominator. So we're going to pick 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. So let's do this. We're going to put x in for x here. So we're going to have 1/3 times 3. I'm going to make that 3 over 1. Plus y equals 12. So this is going to end up being 1 plus y equals 12. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides, and y is going to equal 11. So our coordinate points here are going to be 3, 11. Our next one, we're going to put in 6 for x. So we're going to have 1/3 times 6 over 1 plus y equals 12. This is going to be 6 over 3 plus y equals 12. 6 over 3 is 2. 2 plus y equals 12. Minus 2 from both sides, and y is going to equal 10. So we're going to have 10 here. So we're going to have 6, 10. Let's do this one. 1/3, and for x we're going to put 9. We'll make it 9 over 1 plus y equals 12. Well, this is going to be 9 over 3 plus y equals 12. 9 over 3 is 3 plus y equals 12. Subtract 3 from both sides, and y equals 9. So here we're going to have 9, 9. Number for 12, when we're going to put 12 in, we're going to have 1/3 times 12 plus y equals 12. This is going to be 12 over 3 plus y equals 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4 plus y equals 12. Subtract 4 from both sides, and we get y equals 8. So here we're going to have 12, 8. For number 15, for you, x is 15, we're going to have 1/3 times 15. If you want, you can do 15 over 1, right? Plus y equals 12. That'd be 15 divided by 3 plus y equals 12. 15 divided by 3 is 5 plus y equals 12. Subtract 5 from both sides, and y is going to be 7. So we're going to get 7 here, and our coordinate points would be 15, 7. Once again, here are values. We can go to our GeoGebra. We can clear these out. Hold on. We clear out, leave that, and go back into start graphing. I'm going to do some points, and I want 3 11s. I'm going to have to move this down over here. I want 3 11 across 3, up 11. And then I want 6 10. 6 10. So I'm going to go over to 6, up to 10. 9 9. We go over 9, up 9. Over 9, up 9. 12 8. And let me move this a bit more. And we're going to have 15 7. And if you want to see if that forms a straight line, we can draw a line connecting this to this. And it does. Let's go on to number 3. Number 3, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just want to help you decide what we'll use. Are we going to pick x's or y's? And the best thing would be to pick y's, because we have a coefficient for y, and we actually want to pick multiples of 4, because 4 is our denominator. So we'd have x, y over here, and we'd have negative x plus 3/4 y equals negative 6. And we're going to choose our y's, and we're going to choose multiples of 4. So you'd go 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Fill in the rest of this, and then you can graph it on GeoGebra. Number 4. What has the coefficient, x or y? X does. So we want to pick our x's, because it's not a fraction where it really doesn't matter what we choose. So I need 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you put in your x, figure out what y equals, and graph it. And our last one, they both have coefficients, so it really doesn't matter which one you use, x or y, and it really doesn't matter what numbers you use because neither of them are fractions. So you can choose your x or your y, and I just go 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for whichever one you want. Okay, have a good day.